I don't want to get a little emotional up here, man, but I just want to thank him for everything he done for me. He made me who I am today, and I'm just thankful for it all.
Letting the world see that, they are positive black men behind their kids was everything to me. It wasn't just, hey, world, look, I'm Ja Dad. It was, we made it as a unit.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to re-examine a video. It was a panel of black fathers: Wendell Carter Jr.'s dad, Darius Garland's dad, CP3's father, and Ja's father, Tee Morant. They were up there and they were speaking on several topics. Most notably, this was celebrating the black fathers that you don't see supporting their sons. And I thought it was a great idea to have these guys up and speak about it. We got to give T his flowers. He's responsible for Ja's career. T had opportunities to play basketball when when he found out his wife was pregnant with Ja, but he stayed home, in South Carolina, molded Ja, and didn't want to be all on the road and everything. He wanted to be in his son's life. That was first. So we got to give him his flowers for that. There was one question, though, that he asked CP3's father in this that alarmed me and may indicate why some of the things are the way that they are. But CP3's father schooled him and told him, the best advice that you could possibly get. We're going to check out some of these clips, man, and I'm going to commentate on it as we go. We're going to watch this together, y'all. Check this out.
Of black fathers, period.
Perception is that we're not there. All of us have been there. I watched my kid come in the world. So the perception is you show up when lights, camera, action. That's what I think about it. When the kid start being something in high school or being something in college, then you show up. All of us have been there. Yeah. All of our kids' lives. There's no knock to Mr. Ball, but I say the most recognizable dad in the whole NBA has been him. And you get to see Curry because he played, and Steph is a great player. But there's so many other fathers, but you don't talk about them fathers. Only the negative stuff. So we try to highlight the positive stuff.
Just a brief summary on what CP3 father said right there. I think that's why this sit down was a good idea, to show that there are more fathers than just the ones you see. There aren't just token fathers out there. Some of the people of color are in their kids' life the entire time, and that narrative needs to be pushed more. It needs to be shown to the masses more, so they'll aspire to be that way.
Let it out.
Like the crazy thing, especially with the agents, like they would just calling, but they would call my wife. A couple of them would call my wife. So my wife and Ja channeled all the phone calls to me. And it was instances where I'm talking to them, and they were like, when is a good time to get your wife number to talk to her, and a couple of them were like, so y'all are married? Yes, we're married. Like, what you think? Yeah, so as far as disrespectful, it was like multiple phone calls, a couple of dudes, they would call my wife, then my wife channeled them to me, and I'm like not feeling their vibe, like, nah, you can't do nothing for my son. And they'll change their number, call me from a different number, and then call my wife from a different number too. And she was like, that's the same person who just called us. Same accent and all.
So that stuff right there, that's why it's important for fathers to be in the home. They knew T was involved with Ja. There's no way you could have been to the Murray State games or even followed Ja at all and not see T. T has always been supportive of Ja. Despite everything that's going on now or what people may perceive, T has always been there. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to catch the mother and get her excited and agree to some sort of deal. To not go through the father is whack anyway, you know what I'm saying? Or through both parents, really. But to try to exclude the father, that's why it's good T was there. And it was good they were being a unit on that.
The friends that you thought was your friends wasn't really your friends if it's based on your son's money. Because it's not my money, it's my son's money. And it's not just when he got drafted, this might be ongoing. So you and your wife have to sit down and talk about this stuff because it's gonna come. Chris been in 15 years. And like he say, I done lost some friends, but I'm still upbeat, and if I see them, I respect them, whether they respect me or not. Because everybody ain't happy that my son is in the position he is. And I get that. But I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just thanking God every day that my son has been in this position because he's the one that earned it. I didn't earn it.
So now we're getting to the portion that I really wanted to highlight, because I wanted to highlight some things T did well. We ain't just going to bash them on here. We're going to talk about what they do well and the things that are alarming. Now, CP3's dad spoke about some things that we're hoping Ja's able to do, cut some people off around him that's helping influence certain decisions. Then it led into T's next question. And this is the part that I felt like was alarming, just an alarming state of mind to ever be in, no matter what your child achieves. Check this out.
How did you maintain your position as father, you know, even though Chris was making the money?
Oh. Even though Chris has made the money to maintain who I am, first thing Chris wanted to do was move us out into another house. And me and my wife, we wasn't ready. You know, we was happy where we was. The real eye-opener was when he bought his 2006 car, and I went down there to look at it. It cost more than my house. That's when I was like, wow, you know, this boy making some money. But once again, the money don't change who you are.
Right.
You's his father. You've been there. I mean, it ain't like you gonna start acting like I need a Mercedes next week, I need this next week, you know, your son know you, you know your son. If it's something that you need to sit down and talk to him about, sit down and talk to him.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna take a back seat, well, I can't talk to my son, he's playing in the NBA now, you know, I can't. Oh no, don't never feel like that or you won't be no good to him. You won't be no good.
So that is the part right there I wanted everyone to see. Your position does not change as a father just because Ja Morant has become superstar Ja Morant. For one, you've been a part of that entire journey. You aren't a person that just re-entered his life. You held him, gave him milk, you know, you've taken him to school, been to all his games, trained him. You've done it all for Ja. And it's not like you want anything in return other than him going to be great. So if you need to sit down and have a conversation with Ja, however that goes, however uncomfortable that makes him, if he's rebelling a little bit, he don't want to hear it. You are responsible for saying things that he needs to hear. You never lose that as a father. Ja could be 50 and you could be whatever age you are. You could still have that talk with your son because it's always coming from a good place for a caring father. You know, you're coming from a place where you don't want him to make a mistake or you don't want to see him go down a path that leads to destruction. So it was great. CP3's father said that immaculate. If you lose your position or you start looking at it like that because he has money, he pays for everything. He's this big superstar, so it may put a strain on our relationship. You won't be no good to him. You know, you think about CP3's dad saying, I still respect people that don't even respect me because we not giving them money. Those type of people don't wish you well, because a person that wishes you well ain't going to be asking you for things all the time. Nothing's going to change when you become this mega star. You know, we got here together, so do what you want with your life, but I'm always going to be the father. I'm always going to encourage you in a way that's beneficial for you, your development as a young man. I like that T had that conversation. Maybe that's somebody he needs to reach out to again. You think about it, Ja, that viral backdoor dunk where his head was at the rim when he was in college, he was at CP3's camp. So I'm pretty sure him and T have known each other at least that amount of time. So that's someone he could reach out to and say, hey man, we're going through a rough patch. What do we need to do right now? CP3 could mentor Ja, you know, even more. So yeah, man, it's nothing worth squandering this. But that state of mind was a little bit alarming to me, because you saw how the other fathers laughed. Like, it don't change who I am because of what my son has attained. I thought they were laughing like, man, I can't even believe you just asked that. That's a stupid question. That's kind of what I got from it. It kind of caught them off guard. Like, my position as a father is never going to change. He's always going to be my son. And you could see how much Ja looks up to his father. He would listen to his father. If he sits him down and he's authoritative in his dialogue, and he's exemplifying the behavior that should be aspired to, that Ja should aspire to reach as he matures, then I think Ja will follow. He's going to follow his dad no matter what. So if they start being more to themselves and cutting people off, see, I think just based on perceptions, like Ja's father wants to be with CMG and all that, where CP3 father want to sit with his family at the game. You know what I'm saying? So there's that there too. I don't know, man. I want to know what you guys think about this. I just thought that state of mind was interesting. I want to share that with you guys, not to bash T. He obviously did some things great. You know, he obviously invested so much time in the development of Ja. And not to say his mom didn't either. You know, we just saying the whole unit, but we just highlighting T because that's what that video was about. He's like, his daughter's going to Mississippi Valley State or one of those colleges for basketball too. So he's invested a lot of time in the skill development, and obviously they maintain certain academic, requirements throughout their scholastic career to be able to further their education and play basketball at the next level. So he's doing some things right. It's just, is he being the father that Ja needs right now? That's the thing. But it's not for us to judge. It's just an observation. I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments, though. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.